Heyo, it's Bueno back again on the Blue Toad Monkey page, and today we have for you some Willpower Cup. The Blue Toad Monkey themselves is showcasing this team for you guys. We have Houndoom with Fire Fang, Flamethrower, and Crunch. Rapidash of the Galorian form with Fairy Wind, Play Rough, and Body Slam. Super spammy Body Slams there. And we have Bronzong with Confusion, Heavy Slam, and Psychic. Now, Houndoom and Rapidash, they're pretty neutral to most of the matchups. The Psychics and the Dark Houndoom will be resisting. Rapidash is not weak to any of those typings. And Bronzong resists the Psychic and is neutral to the fighting, only weak to the dark. So they don't have too many weaknesses here. Now, a lot of these Pokemon we're going to be going up against will be dual typings. So like if we run into a Sableye with the ghost types, they will be hitting Rapidash and Bronzong for super effective damage. But that Play Rough on the Rapidash will absolutely be one-shotting any of those Sableyes if we happen to run into them. And Houndoom does pretty well against Sableye with the Fire Fangs and the Flamethrower, the Crunch with the chance of debuffing. So let's see how this team does. Let's get into this first game. Game 1 up against the Cresselia lead. Houndoom loves to see this. They will be resisting the Grass Knot and the Future Sight. It still does pretty big damage. We swap into our Bronzong, catching the power-up punch. It looks like this Metacham's running Psycho Cut though, which will be getting faster energy gain. And I suppose the power-up punch is buffing that Ice Punch there, which wouldn't be doing much damage to Bronzong regularly, but it did do some nice chip damage there. Definitely an interesting moveset there. Usually Metachams don't run that. The opponent swaps into Cresselia, catching the Psychic, but still shielding, so we have both shields now. And the Grass Knot does KO. So we can come back in with Houndoom. Let's see what we do. We come in with Houndoom, fire off a Crunch, and this will absolutely be KOing. Or not. The opponent's left with 1 HP. There's a little bit of lag there, but we fight through the lag and take it out. It's still 2 shields up. We can shield up both of these and just farm down at this point, but we swap into our Galorian Rapidash, still a shield up, and the opponent hits top left real fast. GG's to the opponent. Game 2, Shadow Houndoom, into a Hypno. This is looking pretty good too, because we do resist these confusions. Now, we're not sure what kind of punch this opponent has, but we do resist most of them. The only one that comes in neutral is the Thunder Punch. We swap into our Bronzong, which isn't really the best play, but we will be able to chip off damage, and it seems this Obstagoon just wants to take this Bronzong out. And we're just gonna let it, right? Throw off some of these Heavy Slams, and we're not gonna shield anything here. We now come in with our Galorian Rapidash, and if it hits us with a Cross Chop again, it will be dually resisted. We build up to the body slam ASAP, faster than anything in the game, I feel like. And now the opponent should be going for a Night Slash. But they go for another cross chop. That is insane. So we farm down, add another body slam, still a shield up. Hypno comes in. We throw one Fairy Wind and a body slam, which is perfect timing. Draw the last shield, come in with the Houndoom and fire off the crunch immediately, and this will KO this Hypno. The opponent's last Pokemon is the Scrafty, which Galarian Rapidash is going to have a good time with. We fire off the crunch, not getting the defense buff. But we do draw a move from the Scrafty, and it's an Acid Spray. And at this point, we could just farm all the way down, but we build up to the Body Slam, still 2 shields up. And this will absolutely KO. Game 3 against the Mandibuzz lead. Now, Mandibuzz is ranked number 1 in this league. And Houndoom takes it pretty well here. We're both hitting each other for neutral damage. The Aerial Ace leaves us real weak, but we do get a crunch in. Will we be able to pull a shield? We do. And that is exactly what we want right there. We come with a Rapidash. 3 Fairy Winds. And we're at the Body Slam now. Aerial Ace hitting hard as Rapidash is super glassy. And we're still up 2 shields. The opponent swaps into an Alolan Raichu. Well, I guess they don't swap, it's just the next Pokemon after their Mandibuzz was taken out, but take that, Raichu. And now this entire game lies on the back of Bronzong. Can he do it? Can you do it, Bronzong? We shielded Thunder Punch. Even though these confusions are resisted, they're still hitting for huge damage here. What does the opponent have in the back? And it is a Rapidash, which Bronzong absolutely walls. So we can take a Body Slam. The Mega Horn would KO, and so would a Play Rough at this range. But they go for the Body Slam. They're at the back-to-back Body Slam, and as a Steel type, we do resist the Body Slam. But not enough, and the opponent wins the game there. GG's. It was a close one. Game 4, up against a Jirachi lead. This is absolutely where we want Houndoom to align with it. And a Celebi. Oh man, this Houndoom's going to town here. Resisting these confusions. Hitting both Pokemon for super effective damage. And they have a Scrafty, so we swap into our Bronzong. Just trying to chip away some damage here. We already know Galarian Rapidash will absolutely wreck this Scrafty. We fire off a Heavy Slam, and this should be able to pull a shield because that Jirachi is afraid of the Houndoom. So we come in with the Galarian Rapidash now. Foul play, getting us 2/3 down. We fire off a Body Slam just to run the switch clock a little more. I'm assuming we're going to switch to Houndoom as soon as that timer's up. We shield because this Rapidash is the answer to Scrafty. And go right into our Houndoom. Still a shield up. Can we get to a move? Scrafty will be dually resisting these crunches, but it's pretty weak right now, and coming from a Shadow Houndoom, it wasn't enough, but one Fairy Wind is able to take the Scrafty out. Houndoom leading into a Weevil. Look at these beautiful leads we're getting here. Yeah, get out of here. You don't want that. So we farm down a little bit. We have to shield this. Will we? Will we shield it? We do. Okay, good. I wasn't sure because like the Clawdont, not sure how you say its name, can get the Crab Hammer move. I think that's what it's called. It's a water type move. Hits really hard and boosts its attack. We're at the body slam. When did we do that? I don't know, but it takes this Crawdont out. Weevil back in. And we can comfortably let this go. Houndoom. 3 Fire Fangs, and that's Night Night Weevil. Toxicroak is double weak to Psychic. Look at these confusions go. We don't have to shield this. We'd still survive the Mud Bomb. But we do for the win. And to sneak through ends the game there. Final thoughts on this team. I think it was a pretty well put together team that you're not really going to run into. Some Pokemon like Drapion and some of those dark poison types that have access to the water type moves and the poison type moves and the Shadow Ball and stuff like that can do pretty well here, but we didn't run into any of those in this set. And there's a lot of charm users. We didn't really run into any, but Houndoom, being a fire and dark type, is neutral to those charms. So it could do some pretty good damage up against them. And even, because it's a shadow, it is a little squishy, but that's okay. Bronzong absolutely walling those charms. Like, Bronzong does not care about charms. He'll eat them for breakfast, and a Heavy Slam is pretty neutral on most of the Pokemon in this meta. The Psychic is pretty strong against those fighters. There's not really too many fighters. Actually, I ran a match earlier and ran into a Machoke, a purified Machoke, and I was like, what is happening here? This is crazy. So I guess there are some fighters in there. Buzzwole is another fighter. And Galarian Rapidash is just so spammy in this meta. The Play Roughs will be doing huge damage to those dark types and the fighting types, and it takes pretty neutral damage, as I said earlier in the video, to all the types, having very little weaknesses in this meta. The body slams are super spammy. I can't even keep track of how fast you get them. It's like 3 Fairy Winds and you're at a body slam. Like, most Pokemon, for their spammy moves, take 5 moves, or 5 2-turn moves. So with 3 2-turn moves, you can get to a body slam, outpacing pretty much everything. It's incredible. And with good timing, you could really take control of the match with Galarian Rapidash and just fire off moves like a mad person. It's insane. So I love this team. It was great. I didn't run into anything like it while I was doing the Willpower Cup. The Willpower Cup was not kind to me. I was trying all sorts of teams, and the Blue Toad Monkey messaged me saying that this was the first team they put together. They were like, I didn't know what I wanted to put together, and it's crazy because to me, I've been spending days thinking about what teams I want to run, and it just really wasn't working out for me. But this team worked out beautifully, and I'd love to see how it would go after a bunch more wins once they start gaining some elo, and see how it holds up later on for them, because right now it seems pretty good. I feel like the weak link, and it's not even bad, would be Bronzong, because the dark types and the psychic types both resist the confusions, but the Heavy Slam does come in, and once you start running into some charmers, that Bronzong's really going to be holding it down. So I'm really interested in seeing how it goes. And thank you for watching this video. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll be having some more videos, more Willpower Cup, and I'll be posting some Ultra League battles here pretty soon. I'm really excited to have the Ultra League here right now. And visit us at the Blue Toad Monkey page, or website rather, at thebluetoadmonkey.com. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you soon.